Well, hello to Real Talk, this time with Dimitra Mersinia, health and well-being strategist, clinician, coach, mentor, and the founder of Mind, M-I-N-D, Mind Your Health. Dimitra, you have some exciting topics around health and how that comes together in business and around what matters. So, bringing things together in the various talks that you have already shared with us. Let us be inspired by you and find out in this particular real talk. I have to make it work for it to work. How does it apply in the area of expertise that you share?
Yes, thank you, Sigrid, and it's always a pleasure to speak to you and to meet the others. So this is I was going to speak about mind what matters, and this is sort of like the last pebble in the four talk series that I have been presenting in the last couple of days, and it's based on the mind model again, bringing everything together. So we started with mind yourself first, then mind your health, mind your time, which was a huge topic, wasn't it?
Mm.
And now we are all bringing it together, mind what matters. So it's just how to reset your health, optimize your performance to elevate your life using that framework. So I will be talking about how your health is your real wealth, bridging the concepts optimize your wellness um, through the lens of your unique biology, the epigenetics, giving the four key ways to leverage this framework to elevate your life, and together with some practical steps, as always, to recalibrate and reclaim your energy. So let me ask you this. I can't see everyone, but you can raise your hand if you want, if any of these questions resonate with you. So do you ever feel like you're constantly performing, but you are feeling that you're not achieving anything at the end of the day? Do you often think that I don't have time for myself, let alone time to grow or to rest?
Mm.
Or do you sense that there is more to you, a more aligned, energized, impactful version of you waiting under all that stress and noise? And if your hand is up, then you're in the right spot. Because this session is more than a talk, it's just an invitation and a practical reset to a recalibration, if you like. So I'm not here to add more pressure by what you will hear, but I'm here to offer a recalibration, if you like, for mindset, body, and brilliance, so you can lead and live with purpose and authenticity. So we have all agreed in the last couple of days that throughout all our talks, that we are stress rich and time poor. Now, in this past 6 months alone, I have heard clients say, I'm working so hard, I'm very productive, but I still feel stuck. Or I am constantly switched on edge, but I'm also switched off from myself. So there is this disconnection. And I know what to do. I know exactly what I need to do, but I can't seem to start it, or I can't seem to make it happen. So, and that's because we are overcommitted, under-recovered, constantly performing for roles, all those different roles and heads that we have every day, without remembering how to perform first for ourselves, even if it is just be for one moment. So we hustle harder, we push through, we fake confidence till it comes. Fake it until you make it, they tell us. Our biology is overworked. Our minds are overwhelmed. So much information is speeding past our eyes, which are usually or constantly glued on a screen with fear of missing out any important information that we can use for our business or for our life, for our health. We're not just burnt out, we're just misaligned, trying to manage our time with color coded calendars. Well, they look pretty anyway, but always have our attention and also distract us from other things. So we don't need more pressure, we need alignment. So here's what I would like you to consider. What if your burnout wasn't a failure, but some kind of feedback? What if your stress wasn't weakness, but more wisdom? And what if the key wasn't more willpower, but a more aligned operating system? So with a model that I have presented to you, it helps reset and realign three key pillars. Your mindset, even though we call it mindset, not our clients, as Peter said, but it's just the beliefs that we run on. Second, our biology, the energy that we draw from. And then third, our personal brand and our business in extension is the impact that we are here to make. So I'm here to tell you that your biology, your body is listening to how you eat, how you sleep, how you speak to yourself, how you move through the day. So you're not just your genes, you are your lifestyle, you are your choices, you are your environment, both the internal environment and your external. And we are shaped moment by minding our time, by how we live, eat, think, feel, recover. So, and this is also linked to the research in epigenetics, the science of how lifestyle influences our gene expression. So when you skip meals or you start sleeping less, your biology listens. But when you align habits to your values, eat for your energy type, speak your truth, your body responds with more vitality and clarity. So if our biology is listening, we may as well give it the right instructions. So the big idea is that we don't need more willpower, we need more alignment with our biology, beliefs, and behaviors. So here's how the framework comes in. And it's sort of like a trifecta just to complete the picture. Mind, health to optimize. So starting with the mind, this is like your reset button, your foundation. So mind again stands for M is mastering your mindset, your emotions, your identity. I is investigating and instigating aligned habits. N is for nourishing your body and brain based on your personalized insights or your own needs. And D is developing heart-setter habits that link values to your actions. And this is your genius in motion. Think of it as a decluttering, if you like, of your inner world so you can operate in flow. And this can be confronting in the very beginning when you start doing it. And what can trigger is the imposter syndrome that may come in. But remember, and what I think of imposter syndrome, I don't think of it as a flaw. I think of it as a temporary memory loss. You have just forgotten who you are, what you have already become, what you have already overcome. So this framework, the mind framework, gives you the opportunity to flip the self-doubt into curiosity about yourself and have more acceptance. Second model is health. So this is more the embodiment piece, turning your insights from the mind to more of your energetic integrity. So health stands for honoring your biology and your unique rhythms, energizing with rest and nourishment, aligning daily decisions with your values, leading yourself before you lead others, time blocking around your nervous system, your own energy, and habit stacking for clarity, calm, and consistency. So this is where the life above your genes, the epigenetics, becomes a lifestyle. And I'm not talking about perfect wellness routines. It's about understanding the link between your biology and your beliefs. So you don't need to be running marathons to burn out. Chronic stress, especially when left unchecked, drains the executive parts of your brain, which are responsible for clarity, creativity, and decision making. And what happens then is you start second guessing yourself. You delay decisions. You avoid visibility. You lose your drive. And maybe even worse, you stop enjoying what you once loved doing. And this isn't laziness. It's just your biology saying, we're overloaded. Okay? So, and that's when personal health profiling comes in and allows you to understand what really fuels and elevates your energy, what depletes your mental focus, when to push and when to pause. So Stress is just a signal. It's not something that you live with or you have to live with. Your fatigue, your tiredness becomes feedback, and your cravings, burnout, insomnia are just clues. Your body isn't a barrier, it's just your source of your intelligence. So, going to the third model, optimize. Once your inner world, your mind, and your body health are reset, you can now activate and elevate your performance, which means that you own your story. You prioritize based on aligned impact. You time block around your energy, not the clock. You integrate your nervous system regulation. You map in your genius zone. You're inspired, and you inspire from values driven vision. A lot of people do not realize that sometimes, when we sit down and we write up vision statements or mission statements, they're not actually our vision. It usually comes from what we are conditioned with. It's only when we understand our values and we're very clear on them that we are writing our true vision to ourselves. Then we're simplifying to reduce the noise, and then finally energizing our presence, because embodiment of all of this is our best marketing. And this is not about only about productivity, it's about your authenticity and your integrity. And it all starts with getting everything in sync. So Harvard studies have found that 70% of professionals in any industry, but especially in this high pressure environments like the lawyers, like the healthcare professionals, they do experience the imposter syndrome. Gallup surveys say that 76% are already disengaged or burned out. And this is a huge number. Epigenetics research shows that lifestyle turns our health on and off. So by resetting using that framework, the three model framework, it's resetting your biology and your business using like all those tools. And I've got clients that have been experiencing like regaining 10 plus hours of weekly time by doing this. And Diane also had talked about this with her methods. It is possible. Or doubling visibility without the stress. And Joanne and Linaire have talked about this. How can this be achieved too as well? Coming back from burnout and realizing certain things about ourselves, as in Peter's domain. So going to the four key ways now to leverage and to use this framework in our daily lives. So point number one is through mindset and identity. Your brain becomes what you repeatedly believe and what you tell it. So thoughts like, who am I to do this? I'm just not ready. Okay. I'll speak up when I'm more confident. Okay. Really shrinks your nervous system. So instead, I would invite you to ask, whenever you have those thoughts, flip it and ask yourself, what would my future self do right now? Is this what I'm thinking? Is it coming from fear, or is it only coming from old programming? What part of me already knows what to do and how to lead? We all have it inside us. We just like forget sometimes in this, craziness of today's world. Confidence doesn't come first. It's only action, repeated and consistent action, that creates the confidence. Point number two, time, or the perception of lack of time, is really a stress signal. When we say, I don't have time, what we often mean is that I don't have the mental space to decide what matters right now. My mind is full. I'm overwhelmed. And this isn't about a calendar, it's about emotional bandwidth and regulating your nervous system. And that's why mind your time matters. It's not time management as such, it's self management, self alignment, and acceptance. And your relationship with yourself, like Peter had mentioned before. Now, time design isn't about rigid schedules, it's about your internal space. So consider the following, for example, time block around your natural energy blocks. And we talked about the energy and the time blocks before. Say no from your values, not because you're feeling guilty or you don't want to be seen that you cannot do something. Schedule rest like you would hold a board meeting. Make rest a non-negotiable, because rest is not laziness, it's a performance tool. Prioritize one high impact task per day, not 10. Just think what will move the needle forward for you just by 1%. Time mastery is really a nervous system leadership. And when you align your time to your energy and your values, clarity returns and stress becomes something that you can actually control and regulate instead of reacting to. So I have worked across different platforms and fields, both in medicine, dentistry, education, leadership, coaching. And I've seen too many brilliant people hiding, dimming the light, losing the sparkle, just pushing through and stop believing in their own voice. Not because they lack the skills, but because they lack alignment with themselves and they are lost in the systems that they are working. So this model or framework is really coming back to yourself to remember who you are when you're not exhausted, and perform in high pressure environments if that's what you have chosen, without actually losing yourself. Because when you lead yourself first, you lead others with power, peace, and presence. And we are not here to just survive our days, we are here to lead them. So circling back, your stress is not the enemy, it's a message. Your burnout is not weakness, it's wisdom. And you're not broken, you're just misaligned, and alignment is available. Point number 3, nourish to perform. Nourishment isn't just food, it's just eating based on your body's fuel type, moving in a way that your hormones love, sleeping to restore, not just to rest. And remember, your biology tells you everything. So personal health profiling helps you tune in and lead with precision. And finally, point number 4, heart-centered habits. Most habits fail because they're not coming from your inner world, from your identity. They only stick when they resonate and they come from you. So ask yourself, and I know Ashley before, she said she loves questions to ask yourself. Now, is this habit a reflection of who I am becoming? Is this how I want to feel? Is this new habit coming from kindness or pressure to perform? What would it look like if I allowed myself to slow down? What is the best use of my time right now? Are you building something, whatever that may be in your world, based on trends or a myth or your truth? We don't need more effort. We need realignment with what matters to us to make things work. And habits grounded in your values and genius are more sustainable because they feel like you. So to wrap up, I'm just going to give you 3 practical actions for each of the models. Starting with the mind. Number 1, reflect weekly on a win. And which of your strengths did you use to make that possible? It is okay. You're allowed to acknowledge yourself and celebrate yourself. Number 2, reframe self-promotion, that you're not showing off. You are there to share something valuable. You are serving. And number 3, practice saying your future title out loud. That is how you rewire and get familiar with your next level. The second model, the framework health. Number 1, eat for your energy, not emotion. Number 2, move in a way that feels good for your body, for you. Exercise is not punishment. Number 3, book that white space in your week, in your calendar, even 20 minutes of recovery, even if it's just staring at a wall, as Peter mentioned earlier. And finally, the final frame, optimize. Number 1, mind your time and batch work around your peak energy windows. Number 2, delete or delegate one task per week that drains you, what is not serving you. Number 3, ground your next business decision in one of your core values. So bringing all together and recapping, minding what matters. Minding your performance is flexible, adaptable, and you're allowed to design it. So you're designing it, you can design it with the mind model to reset your internal operating system, your inner lens, with the health model to activate your energy, with the optimized model to unlock your impact. And remember, time is a mirror, is not the enemy. Your stress is feedback, not failure. You don't need to overhaul your life. You just need a framework that brings you back to you. So if it's something in those 4 talks that sparked something for you, then you can download resources and book your free health strategy call with me. Thank you.
That was absolutely excellent. Thank you, Dimitra. You have brought so much together there. So I thank you for that, and certainly encourage all of our visitors and exhibitors to go past your booth and have a closer look there. The thing that really stood out for me, and I think it's part of perhaps reframing imposter syndrome, is just temporary memory loss. There we go. I can't even say it. Thank you, Dimitra.
Thank you.